Welcome back and thank you for staying with Checkpoint. It's finally the second hour and it's time to have that in-depth discussion on matters affecting the nation. And of course, it's barely hours till that March 20th date that has been waited not just here in Kenya, interestingly, but in South Africa as well. Speaking of New Guinea, a couple of countries in Africa have scheduled mass protest on that particular date. We'll get to discuss about the effect of mass protest even as we converge on various issues that have played out in the course of the week, touching on the governance right here in the country. I'm joined by three gentlemen. Allow me to introduce them right before we get into the nitty-gritty details. I'll first begin with Hassan Omar, who's joining us in his capacity as Vice Chair UDA. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Nice to meet you to be here.
Asante sana. Equally joined by Professor Gitile Naituli, a familiar face and name. He is a governance expert, but equally the former NCIC commissioner. Asante sana for your time. Karibu sana.
Asante.
It's interesting to have you with us. And Hesbon Owila, equally joining us, communication strategist. And your colors are telling once again. Perhaps it was strategic, but we'll get to the bottom of that. Thank you so much for your time. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And gentlemen, I'd like us...
It's a color, UDA.
Exactly, and you're wearing blue, you know. It seems to have switched right there.
I've switched positions.
Yeah, interesting. Sign of the times. But anyway, let's begin with the latest around this mass action. And I'd like to begin with the latest communique from the Interior Ministry, just to bring up what was released in regards to the mass action protest that is scheduled for tomorrow. This is what the statement on the exercise of rights under Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya that guarantees the right to assemble, picket, and present petitions to public authorities. And as you can see, pointer 4 right there, every right to freedom guaranteed in the Constitution, there's a corresponding obligation criminalizing violation of the rights or freedoms of others. An interesting point to begin right there, even as our viewers interact with that particular statement from the Interior Ministry. And perhaps just to begin with you, Hassan Omar, even as you react to that particular letter, I've come across a letter from the UDA party, and it seems to perhaps hint at peaceful demonstrations and picketing that will be headed towards the homestead of 4 individuals, Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and Eugene Wamalwa. Perhaps authenticate if this letter is truly from the UDA party.
I've seen you scroll it. The journalism needs you to ascertain.
Yeah.
I think what we will do is to ensure that there is peaceful demonstrations in a manner that respects the Constitution of Kenya. Those who might also want to march in other locations to just demonstrate that we also have to demonstrate against those people who put us in this abyss must be given the right to do so. But as a UDA party, I think we are focused largely as a Kenya Kwanza to deliver on our promise to the Kenyan people.
As simple as that.
Absolutely.
So maandamano is not your priority, but why order for perhaps picketing towards the residence of these leaders?
I was in Nandi all day today, okay, with the president.
Yeah.
Actually, I just came in largely because I wanted to be in this program.
Yeah.
I think we, as I said, a government has no really place to demonstrate. If the demonstrations are to take place, it is just to show them how peaceful demonstrations do actually happen. Our demonstration is actually in delivering to the promise of this nation that we want to revamp the economy, we want to build a nation that is cohesive, we want to put food on the tables of the Kenyan people, we want to avert, mitigate famine, we want to bolster manufacturing, we want to, curb the slide of the Kenya shillings in the international market, we want to reduce the cost of living. Those are the kinds of things that worry us.
Okay, interesting. As Prof and Hesbon, as you come in, perhaps let's just listen to what the Nairobi Regional Commander, Adamson Bungei, had to say about